Hi there, it's Skyward Shield. Welcome to a new Smite video, and this is a lot to cover. I'm gonna tell you right now, we are not covering everything today. I am ready to start at college again, and yeah, it's not that I don't want to cover it all at once. It's because that's gonna take a long time. I spent 30 minutes just getting to the items. By the time I got to the items, I realized, oh my god, I'm just glad I'm not just reacting to these and having to explain, understand, and all that. And let me tell you, I still haven't understood everything here. So here's the plan for right now. We're gonna have this two parts. First part, we're covering the skins and some of the meta changes in Season 4 and Season 4's ticket and all that stuff. And then the next part, which I don't know if I'm gonna upload that an hour or so after, because I really want to just go sleep soon because I haven't slept well in these past few days. But I'm gonna see if we can, maybe if I feel like I can, I'll try and get that up right after. If not, I'm gonna be home by noon my time tomorrow, and yeah, or by 12:30 actually. That's more likely. But anyway, I'll record the next half by then and have it up right away. We'll see. So for now, I can guarantee you all that, and we'll get the rest of the stuff up. But anyway, let's get started. Vimana has an entirely different look. Make it clear, his kit is safe. Nothing in his kit has changed. It's his visuals. He has a new character model card update for his default recolor and mastery skins. I don't know if this also changes some of the other ones, because I did not see them mention anything about Lil Mana. Kind of makes me wonder. I will say I will miss this voice pack for one reason alone. Todd Habercorn played him. If you've watched animes like Soul Reaver, I'm thinking Smite, sorry, Soul Eater, he plays Death the Kid. If you played Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, he Sho Minazuki, that edgelord. He's done other things in regards to other anime and video games, so you might want to look around there. He's also Male Morgan in Fire and the Awakening, I believe. I don't know the voice actor. It does not sound like Todd Habercorn, and it's just whatever. That's kind of why I liked Vimana a little bit. I didn't see myself playing him because I found him a little weird to play when I tried him out, but I kind of liked him because of the voice and the mutant baby. I found that aesthetic funny, but like, we're done with these silly, childish stuff. We're gonna be serious. It's like, ow, you sound a little edgy there, Smite. Anyway, yeah, these are his new skins, updated masteries, divine protectors change, and all that. Now let's get to the skins. Oh boy, the weeaboo train continues. I thought Amma would basically be that, but no, I missed the motif and the point of it. The point was that it's colorful and obnoxious and completely in your face. Like Amma, if you just look at her, she doesn't look that bad, but when she speaks, then you start to see it. But here, you both you hear it and you see it. Anyway, let's get it started.
You got this, Doge!
So strong, Scotty-chan.
Yeah, I mean, I should probably get this thing. Let's try it. Yeah, that's a I have no words. I mean, I like Doge. I know they call him Doge. I call him Doge because it sounds funnier for me that way. But okay, now we're starting again. Fun fact, I think that's a recolor of Athena's spear. It kind of looks like it a lot. It's primarily around this section that I see that. Modern Mercenary Nemesis is a gift. If you get the Season 4 ticket bundle, you will get her for free. I think that's the only way you can get her. But and then the Jing Chan, he is, I think you had to be above gold 5 to get him. I'm not sure, I forget. If you're that, you get the Iron Tyrant Jing Chan for free. I don't know if there's a way to get him otherwise, or if there's another chance to get him. Oh, let's hear them both.
Die, vermin!
It is not illegal to stab idiots where I am from.
Did I think I heard the Nemesis. Oh well. Anyway, NRG Ao Kwang, because they were the champions. And there's another skin coming for him later. You just have to wait for it. Nike gets new mastery skins. Uller gets updated mastery skins. And then for the Undying chest, for once they're actually specifying that. Well, actually, no, the Undying chest for this season ticket. It's a bunch of palette swaps. First, we have. I think this is the only new one. Full Metal Vulcan, continuing that soldier theme.
Take cover!
Encore Agni, Dragon's Bane Uller, Agony Bellona, Pterodactyl Camisats, and Edusa Elite Medusa. New avatars have Cutesy Doge, or Cutesy Doge, Vulcan Dance. I kind of wonder what that one's going to look like. And then global emotes, Diamond Mastery, and Demigod, Diamond Adept, and of course, Season Ticket 2017. But these are based on how many gods you've diamond, and no, that's not a Chaos Emerald. The more gods you have diamond, the better of a backing emote. It's the back emote. When you press B to go back to base, that it'll have a diamond color. And if you have, I think if you have 80, like all 80 master, which this is going to go to a very, very small few. Like this is 1% levels of few we're talking here. You actually have a diamond floor surround you when you're backing. Pretty cool. It looks good. New loading frames. You can get an Iron Tyrant loading frame if you were diamond ranked. I think you got to be diamond 5 or above in Conquest, Joust. Conquest, Joust, and Duel. It doesn't say Duel, but they've confirmed it will be in Duel as well. There's going to be an NRG award, part of the NRG esports bundle. New achievements for Morrigan. That 3v3 looks insane. Thankfully, you don't need to get a kill with them. Client updates. So here's where we start to get to the technical stuff. The T screen has returned. You just press T and you can see all the stats that were like in the old days. I wasn't around for this. After rank 10, you'll begin to unlock stars for every 1,000 worshippers attained. So of course, you need 1,000 to get rank 10, but if you have 2,000, you get a star. This has no cap. Apparently, there's a player out there that has 80 stars. I want to find this guy, because this guy absolutely must play only one god. I play Raw a lot. That's obvious. I have 2,500, so I'd get 1 star. I thought, okay, this is crazy. No. There's worse out there. So if somebody just remember, if somebody tells you, why do you keep playing that god, just remind them, there's somebody, when these stars come in, they have 80. And I want to see that. I want to run into this guy. Well, preferably on my side, but Diamond Master Rewards, now all players will have a diamond count. Players who receive rank 10 on multiple gods will unlock those recall effects I mentioned, getting more impressive as your diamond count gets higher. Season 3 ranked rewards. The Jing Chan I mentioned earlier. I kind of mentioned them before that I actually showed them on here. Ranked 4 update. Now, everyone's getting a hard reset, so basically if you were diamond, or if you were gold, or you were bronze, you're all going to be in qualifying again, and it is going to be the Wild West, and no one's going to be safe. These first couple weeks of Conquest, they've already said, and I don't disagree with them, it's going to be frustrating because you might go up against people who are clearly against your rank. If you beat them, that's impressive, and that's going to help your rank for sure. But just remember, you're going to be going up against anybody. You must be prepared to go up against, despite how rare it will be, but you could go up against Grandmasters. Speaking of Grandmasters, there's actually going to be just Masters. A Master rank is going to be back. That's going to be beyond Platinum, or Diamond, I mean. That's going to be... There's going to be as many Master ranks as there are, or the Masters division. It sits between, Diamond and Grandmasters. However, there will only be 25 Grandmasters, just like before. There will be no... promotion games have been removed. Lobby timers will be updated. You have like a bank time, which they've mentioned this even before. So let's say you ran out of time in terms of picking a god. There's going to be an extra pool of time that you can use to choose the god if you can, or if there's an option like you're banning, you could choose to pass it instead. Preserve that time. Of course, should that bank time run out, the guy that's picking will be kicked. And the match will the search will restart for everybody else. Another thing to note is people who lock in realize that, okay, your first pick, we all know who you're going to pick. Let's say first pick, Nike. Not locked it up. There you go. That all that, let's say 85 seconds you had there gets added to the bank, to the pool, or to the bank. It's money in the bank, and yeah, go for it. I think it's okay. The only thing is, it's going to be bad for people who leave. You know, they DC and you know they're gone. Oh well. Anyway, there's got to be a pause. You can only do this once. Like, I remember Counter-Strike has this where if somebody DCs or the group wants to just stop the pace because the momentum's too strong, they need to regroup and plan. You have a deeper planning strategy, or like I said, someone BRBs or someone DCs from the game. You know they're going to come back, so you say, okay, all of us, let's pass the chance to time. However, in Counter-Strike, it does it when the round's over. So if you're running a round, that round must finish, and then when you're in between rounds, not only you have that time to choose your weapons and all that, you also have the 1 minute. I think it was just 1 minute there. I want to say it might have been 5. I forget, because I only used the pause once. But yeah, this will just be 1 minute, and it can only happen once in the entire game. I don't like that. I kind of wish they went 3 minutes, but I can understand, because that much waiting can be aggravating to some people. But yeah, I understand why they did it. There's going to be new leaderboards, and they're going to be based on individuals. So let's say I play Raw. You know, I play Raw. I will see how I do against compared to other Raws. And in this case, this is a perfect segue to the rewards system. Basically, they're like the best players for the top 25 players in the league. They will receive rewards. Top 5 players get 3,500, 6 to 20 get 2,500, and 21-25 receive 1,500 gems. However, on the other hand, sure, you may not be on this threshold, but if you are the best of your god like no one ever was, top 3 for any given god will receive a gem reward. First place 800, second place 400, third place 200. Not bad. I wouldn't say that's not bad, but I mean, I think you deserve more for being the best at that god, but hey, whatever. I guess you could say you're just a master of your craft, and they're acknowledging it a little bit. You can get some good gems, so theory, and these stacks. So if you're, let's say you're ranked 10, you're the 10th best player in Smite, you get 2,500, but you were the 3rd best at that god, so say Ra, you get 2,700 altogether. These can they can interlap with each other. Anyway, there's also something to do with low population regions. This is for people who are watching who are pretty much all from America here, that I'm certain about. You won't need to concern yourself with this, but it will have to concern those in other areas, like say in Europe. Although to be fair, Americans can get this, but only if you do it like at 3 at night, and you're probably gonna queue up with people who are awake and active, like say the Oceania region. But anyway, now we can get into the 2017 Spring Split Season Ticket. The bundle will have a Modern Mercenary Nemesis, the ability to vote on games, permanent fantasy point booster, 15 Team Worshipper boosters, which you can use these at any time to boost a whole team. You can do this with random people in a queue or your whole group. So if you like 4 or 5 man queue and you're all playing Arena or Conquest, this next match will boost you by double. So basically, it's like an excuse. Please don't fuck up, guys. I'm using this. These things are going to supposedly be very hard to get later. For now, if you buy it, you get these 15 free. There's going to be events at the end of some weeks to let people get 1 or 2, maybe. But maybe later on they're going to add it to the store. You can still unlock things. Unlike last time, you had to pay 450 gems to just use fantasy points. Now everyone has access to fantasy points. You can get stuff like, say, a cutesy chest, Enigma chest roll, Undying chest roll, the Never Cake announcer pack, which that's been a thing, and I'm so excited for that. And I'm surprised they didn't show much more of it, but hey, whatever. Undying chest was all the stuff we mentioned earlier. Clash map has a new design. They've talked about it. I didn't. I think might have mentioned in the last patch notes, but hey, the one thing to know, Apophis, I forget how you say his name. Do not stand on this because he's on the attack buff, so there's no more Fire Giant or Gold Fury. He's essentially both. When 10 minutes hits, he spawns. Do not stand there. Unlike others, you can just stand by the Fire Giant, like, hey, what's up? The Fire Giant's breaking out of his cage or his chest thing that he's trapped in. This thing will hurt you. I don't know if it'll kill you instantly, but it has a AoE damage when it spawns, and it does true damage, by the way, so it's gonna hurt no matter how tanky you are. He basically provides a Fire Giant type of buff, but I think it's a little more broken. Enemy gods hit by your abilities take a damage equal to a fraction of their max health over 4 seconds. That's crazy. There's going to be 2 blue buffs. The Phoenixes are going to be different because they shoot a constant laser. So it's DPS, essentially, that will always hit you if it targets you. So it's going to be riskier to aggro it, and it can clear through minions faster. So pray you have a brute at full health when you're going for this thing. Because if you're trying to split push, so basically it's harder to split push alone unless you're an ADC, and even then you won't have as much time because this thing's going to shred. So it's kind of straining. It should be best done with a team. However, not even your Guardian will be able to last long with this because it's going to keep taking extra ticks of damage as time goes along. No matter how much protections you have, it's going to start hurting you a lot sooner or later. So this might encourage rotations to say switch to, like, say if you have your Guardian, you are already going to start hit 50% of your HP. It's like, okay, now I might not want to be here and take any more of this just in case. Maybe our warrior can tank it a little bit, and then you kill it. That's probably what it's going to encourage. But yeah, just keep in mind of that. But other than that, I can understand it because honestly, enemy teams can wipe out a Phoenix so easily. But here's what I want to know. Can you add Emperor's Mail with this? Like, give that boosted effect where it attacks frequently? Is it just going to be shooting at somebody like a machine gun? Like, it already kind of does, but now it's going to be worse. But yeah, new Clash map, I like it. I mean, I kind of hate that now nobody can be safe. You're not safe in your jungle, but hey, oh well, what can you do? Season 4 Conquest Map, everything changed. First thing to note, you can see the picture. Purple buffs are back. Hello, Sylvanas. He's coming back. Sylvanas support is back now because that's what he's going to do. Normally you could say, okay, mages take the red buff, ADC will take the attack speed. But that might not be the case for some supports. Some supports could make good use of it. Like I said, Sylvanas was the perfect case. That's why he was dominant in Season 1. Could see a triumphant return. Like, SWC was just a taste of his return. I guess you could say it's the rules of nature. Anyway, references aside, there's going to be some new things. If you see these little spots of red, basically they're going to add some wall there. So you can't. If you were watching the attack, you could see people coming in here or in lane. Now you can't unless you're seeing it from here. As well as these 2 spots. This is the portal boss. I forget his name exactly. I can just check here. There is the Oracle Harpy Camp, and then there is the Portal Demon. The Portal Demon, if you kill him, because he's about as strong as the Gold Fury, if you kill him, he's across from the Fire Giant. Just be careful not to aggro him, which it shouldn't be. I mean, you're facing the other way. Just hope you don't have a Mystical Mill or something. If you kill him, there will be a portal that spawns right there and can take you back to your base, and you could go back. So think of like Janus's portals from his ult, but it's a greater distance than what his will be. You do that. You can go back to base, get your items, and come back to midfield if you want. Theoretically, if you have enough time to do this, you could possibly go for the Fire Giant within 5 seconds of leaving your base. That's pretty cool. But the other one is Oracle Harpy Camp. There's 2 of them around the Gold Fury. If both teams kill 1 each, nothing happens. It's just free XP and gold that you earned. But if one team kills both of them, there is a ward that cannot be countered by sentry wards that will be placed at the Gold Fury. So nobody can try an early push. You will see it coming. I don't know if this is as long of a range as a regular ward, but Pretty cool. But I think what most people are going to try and do is focus on just killing one. If they can have a chance, they'll take the other. Because as good as protecting the Gold Fury is, I don't think they're going to rush to just, okay, we can't let them, unless you know that this team's packing Wrath or Hand of the Gods. Speaking of that, just wait till we get to the next part. Oh boy, that's going to be fun. Like, just the other half alone is so good. A lot of minions are going to have, like, goal or EXP decreased because the jungle is basically being revitalized and it's much more interactive. It's going to be a little more intense and harder to fight. And one other thing I forgot to mention, the fire elementals, they're going to be as strong as the as a buff camp, like a Cyclops camps. Because it used to be just 3, so if I were raw, I could just provoke them, get them all lined up for my 1, shoot my 1, leave. That's all I needed to do. Now it's pretty much like a jungle spot, where because there's a big one in the middle. So if you kill him, you get a lot more EXP and gold that way. So now it's going to be a lot more worth it. In the past, it used to be just a little bit, but you know, it all adds up in the end, and it can make a difference. It's going to be a little more challenging, and that gives the other team, if they know that they're going there, it gives the enemy team more time to try and stop you and steal it from you. Because if they could just take the big one from you, they didn't exactly lose much. But yeah, swordsmen's all the the lane minions are gonna do less damage or give less EXP. However, in the jungle, well, EXP did go down. Gold is going to go up, but that's because of when we get to the next half of this video, for my next video, you'll understand why they're giving out money like a madman. Like, so much money, Fafnir would have his wish come true, like in that victory screen. But yeah, anyway, here's where we start to get to the items. I'm going to talk about the rituals for here, and then when we get to we'll get the relics and the rituals done, but then when we actually get to actual items, that's where I'm going to cut it off. So let's talk about consumable updates. There's going to be ritual items. This was hinted at in the data mining. I don't know if you've seen some people talk about that. I don't talk about data mining personally because it can change. But anyway, 750 gold for these things. Flickering Ritual. When activated, it teleports you to a ground location target up to 55 units away instantly. It can be used during combat. So it's basically a blink. These things are basically old relics in an item, a one-time use thing that you can buy. So in this case, you can give a god that couldn't pick up blink because they needed other relics. Say, if I can just use it once, I could benefit us. So why wouldn't you? Let's say you had an Odin, but you didn't have blink because you chose to get teleport because you're solo lane. That makes sense. But you've also chosen meditation just so you can help your allies in a team fight. Well, if you can get Flickering Ritual, you got a blink that you could just surprise people with. Like, oh no, when did he get blink? He doesn't have blink. They would be like, oh, he didn't have blink. That's why I wasn't afraid. Good, so have fun with that. Frenzied Ritual, this is basically Frenzy. Rallying Ritual is Teleport. However, just like the old Teleport, it can be denied. If your ritual is lost, if you could be interrupted by a hard CC. So like if you do this, you should probably do this when you're at base. This is the safest place, because if you're in jungle and you want to use this to go somewhere else, and say a Nox runs into you, she can just put a silence on you and that thing's gone. And it doesn't even need to hit you. She just needs to put it over your spot, and that's it. Revealing Ritual, when activated, it provides the team with an entire vision of the enemy team, so it's kind of like Nua's ult, except, no giant meteors drop in. Next we have Chalices. These are basically amplified versions of pots. You have the Chalice of Healing, 300 gold. You can have 3 stacks. It heals 250 health and over 25 seconds per use. These are stronger versions. It's like 3 in 1 item spot, so it can be good for you. Chalice of Mana, 300 gold, 3 stacks, 150 mana over 25 seconds per use. Chalice of the Oracle, This is 300, but it's just 2 wards. You can just place 2 wards there. I thought there would be a multi one, but I think that would be too broken, now that I think about that. And then Magical Might and Physical Might, the power pots, now have a duration increase to 5 minutes. Now here is the last thing we're going to talk about, the Relics. Oh boy, they changed them. It's basically back to the older season because people wanted that, because these Relics, despite how some of them are good, you can only use them for about once every 3 minutes, and some people don't like that. And I understand that, I can see that, but at the same time, some of them were just too good, if you ask me. But anyway, Frenzy and Scout have been turned into those rituals, so they're gone. Changed Relics. What was Sanctuaries, now Aegis Amulet. We remember this. A lot of older people will remember these items. Cooldown. These things can be upgraded, and I'm not going to be repeating that. Just if they're not, I will tell you that. But yeah, I don't want to read every little line. Cooldown has been decreased from 160 to 130, so basically 2 minutes 10 seconds now. Next, you have Blink Rune. It was just blink, and the cooldown has decreased to 90 seconds. So Ares can pretty much do this after every ult. Just about every ult, if he never had got cooldown. The Ankh, known as Curse, increased healing reduction from 5-10 seconds. This is just anti-heal. This is the whole purpose of it. Healing reduction increases 50 to 65% when it's upgraded, and duration increases from 10 to 15 seconds. That's not fun at all, if you ask me. Hand of the Gods, Wrath, just has the Wrath icon, instead. And now here's the thing, of course, deals 300 plus 10 per level damage to a single enemy, minion, or jungle monster within 12 units. Target will be the one with the highest max HP. The Relic's cooldown will be reduced by 30 seconds if you kill a jungle mob with it. Deals no damage to jungle bosses. So this is the thing. What people would do with Wrath, or Hand of the Gods now, is if you could go for a Gold Fury at about 3 or 4 minutes in, and you didn't even need the whole team, you just needed to have your support, an ADC, and your assassin, your jungler. All 3 can go that, and if you see, look, somebody's coming. But guess what? This Gold Fury now has only 1,000 HP left. Wrath secure. Or you can just come in and steal it if you have this. It was pretty OP for that reason. In fact, if you had a full team of 5 people with Wrath, you could just use that all at once on a Gold Fury and it's yours. I mean, you wouldn't want to do that for many reasons, but yeah. Heavenly Wings, previously known as Sprint. All allies hit by this effect are immune to basic attack slow penalty. It also cleanses slows upon activation, does not provide slow immunity throughout the duration. So basically, do not use this if you know that the enemy has Curse. Use it after they use Curse, and you'll nullify them. Magic Shell, previously known as Shell, protections have been decreased from 45 to 30, thank God. Mitigation has been reduced to 5% only, thank God. Protections given increases 30 to 45. Mitigation buff increases from 5 to 10%. Meditation Cloak, previously known as Meditation, provides all allies with a buff of 45 MP5 and 15 HP5 for 30 seconds. So basically, people are going to be using this in Assault a lot more often. Phantom Veil, previously known as Phantom, new visual FX and audio. It removes basic attack slow immunity. Now applies 40 CC reduction, and immunity knockups to all allies affected by it can be upgraded. Duration increased 5 to 10 seconds. Purification Beads, previously known as Purification. Cooldown is decreased from 160 to 130. Shield of Thorns, previously known as Thorns. Damage reflect increased from 40 to 50%. That surprised me a little. Duration increased from 5 seconds to 8 seconds, and cooldown decreases from 120 seconds to 100 seconds. It's no longer 2 minutes, it's now 80 seconds, or a minute and 40 seconds. Sundering Spear, previously known as Sunder. Protections and attack speed debuffs removed. Now increases damage taken by the target by 30% for 5 seconds. Damage increased from 40 to 14 per level, 60 to 20 per level. Cooldown decreases from 120 seconds to 100. Teleport Glyph, teleport that we all know and love. Increased cooldown, however, to 200 seconds, so keep that in mind. And then cooldown. But when it will, when you upgrade it, it will decrease to 160 seconds. Here are 2 new relics, and then we're going to be done. I feel like I've been going on for a long time. Now I think you understand why I chose to separate these videos. And horrific emblem. Using this item slows enemy gods within 55 units by 40% and also reduces their attack speed by 25%. This is the slow from Curse, the old Curse. Cooldown 150 seconds. Of course, you can actually lower it to 120 when you upgrade it. Bracer of Undoing. Now this one's crazy. I can't think of many gods who can make good use of this. I can think maybe of a warrior. In fact, you can dodge some pretty crazy shit with this thing. I'm guessing like you can dodge executions from Alkong and Thanatos if you time it right. Using this item subtracts 3 seconds from all abilities currently on cooldown and restores 50% of HP and mana lost within the last 3 seconds. So basically, if you're getting comboed and you know an execution's coming, you can give yourself the health back and you'll live. When it's upgraded, you can reduce your recent damage time increases from 3 to 5 seconds, so you have a longer window. This thing, if you ask me, I would give this to a Nike. I would give this to a Nike because when we see the gods getting nerfed, she's getting nerfed. We all know that. This thing, if you give it to her, it feels like nothing else has changed. It's bad. But anyway, I think that's going to do it. Man, my throat's already giving out on me, so we'll see. Maybe later tonight I'll record the second half of this, and I'll get it up late at night. If not, if you don't see another part to the second half of this, expect it tomorrow. Of course, you can read the patch notes for yourself and get my opinion on it tomorrow as well. That's going to do it for now. I'm sorry, guys, that I want to talk more stuff, but I can tell this is going to require a lot of attention span. So, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to keep going because I know this is going to bore people after a while. In fact, some of this stuff has been boring up until we got to the important stuff because, you know, the breakdown of the Conquest meta and Clash meta, if there is a meta for Clash, was too much. It's kind of boring if you ask me. But anyway, that's going to do it. I will see you guys in the second half of the 4.1 patch notes.